Hey everybody, this is DJ for Aiming Low, and this is one of my Aiming Low moments that I'd like to share. Actually, I don't want to share, but I will share because I'm willing to sacrifice my integrity and dignity for this website. Anyway, I was at a blog conference 2 years ago in New York. I was at Blog Her, which is a female blogging convention, about 5,000 women, and maybe a few handful of guys, couple dozen dudes like me show up for. And so Blog Her is this massive event. And, you know, they had all these amazing speakers, and they have a ton of corporate sponsors, probably 50 or more of the big brands that you shop and use, you know, do have their booths and give away all sorts of swag. And anyway, there was this one brand giving away free vibrators, obviously for the demographic of women. And so I was dating a girl at the time who was back here in Chicago while I was out in New York, and I sort of jokingly said, "You're not going to believe they're giving away these $50 vibrators." And so she said, "You better come home with one of those vibrators." So I said, okay. So I walked over to the area where this particular brand was, you know, you have to go to there, and well, they don't just hand them to you. They make you sit and listen to a spiel of about 5 minutes where they talk about how they partnered with the Kinsey Institute, and then they did all this sex research, and I'm sitting there standing there rather in this little area of 10 by 10 with 50 other women and me, and I felt super creepy because I'm standing there pretending to listen to this presentation of all these statistics, and I'm sort of drifting in and out of consciousness trying to shield my embarrassment. And at one point I overhear the the presenter saying, 90% of all women have used marital aids in their sexual play. And I was like, okay, that's interesting. And then he turns and he goes, oh, and 20% of men, and he points at me like that. He points at me while he says 20% of men have used vibrators. And I just hung my head down and hoped that I would disappear, because I didn't exactly have the moxie, the courage to yell out, "I am of the 80%. That does not do that. So anyway, so that's part one of this story. Part two is then they give me the big, vibrator box with the vibrator in it, and I'm feeling better because now I have something to bring home to my girlfriend, and she's not going to kill me because I didn't, that I forgot to bring it. So I realized I didn't want to carry this around because it looks a little creepy for a dude to be carrying around a vibrator, and so I needed a bag. So the only people that were handing out bags was the Lorax people. That's like a Dr. Seuss thing. I think they made it into a movie. So they had a guy who was dressed up like the Lorax, a big orange thing, and then they had these girls giving away the bags. So a guy at a women's blogging convention walks up to a woman giving away, standing next to the Lorax himself, and gives me the Lorax bag, which is big and bright and says Lorax, and it's got the character on it. And I literally opened up the bag in front of the three of them, grabbed the vibrator in plain view, and just dropped it in the bag, closed it up, went on my way. So that is the end of my Aiming Low moment, and I do have a part 3 of the story which I will share next time. So thanks guys, bye.